You're listening to The Money Hour with your host, Tina Mitchell, and co-host, Keelan Harvey on Alternative Talk AM 1150. Now, back to the show with local mortgage experts, Tina Mitchell and Keelan Harvey.
And you are listening to The Money Hour on 1150 AM KKNW, the Friday, July 3rd show. Because of COVID-19, our show is temporarily moved virtually, but you can also catch us on podcast as well on air. Saturday at 3 p.m. with a rebroadcast on Sunday at 8 a.m. I am your host, Tina Mitchell. Keelan, are you over there? My co-host?
Yeah, if I turn off mute, then you can hear me. And I'm your co-host, Keelan Harvey. Sorry about that.
Love it when things are not perfect. All good.
No.
It's a great day to talk about money, and that's what this show is all about, how to make money, save money so you can have a better quality of life for you and your family. If you're listening to our show at a different time or day, you are listening to a rebroadcast, but we can connect you with the guest. You can call the show at 1-855-400-1150 or go online to themoneyhour.com. And now back in studio, we have Elisa Hawkinson of How to Get Organized, and she's going to be sharing today just that. How to Get Organized, right here on 1150 AM KKNW. Lisa, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. It's so nice to be with you again. Thanks a lot. Looking forward to it.
And our first time with you. Yeah, thank you, Lisa. Our first time with you virtual and on video here. So it'll be a fun interview with you. So a little bit about Lisa, author of Calming Your Chaos, has helped individuals and businesses declutter and organize, which results in calming the chaos in working and living spaces. Lisa offers strategies to support for those downsizing or moving. She guides people each step of the way and offers tips to make their job easier. She also suggests local resources for places to make donations and resources for selling items. Her goal is to help everyone see the value in having a home ready to list in 30 days. Lisa is passionate to help people understand how to declutter a house and being ready to list, reduce stress, and she hopes people will see how the VR headset can enhance a life, especially now with more time staying in the home. And I know, Lisa, I called you Elisa because to me, you're Elisa, but now you go by Lisa. So just to give clarification for anybody that's listening.
It just helps people's brains. But we won't put that silent E out there. So it helps a little bit if I drop the E once in a while.
Love it.
Thank you.
So, Lisa, you declutter people for a living. So I'm curious to know, that's clearly a passion of yours. Have you always been so orderly?
Well, I liked order. I didn't realize that, but I did. I liked order. I liked seeing things cleaned up, the spaces. I remember having a box of games, boxes of games at the top shelf of my closet. I remember at 12 years old thinking, I like that, which is a crazy memory to have, but I was teased for it.
So, Lisa, did you ever visualize and see yourself doing this when you grew up and started a business?
Never. Farthest thing from my brain. I had no idea that little gifting thing was there, but I have a gene for it. So I tried to hide it because I was so teased where I was ashamed of it. And it wasn't until 38 I realized that was a good thing. So that was nice.
Yeah, Lisa, I don't know who's making fun of you for being orderly, because I think that's fantastic. There's being organized and having things in a place is a fantastic quality. And we need more people like you in this world that can organize people, get rid of that clutter and that stress. So not only do you help people get organized, but you're also an author. So what was the driving force behind you creating your book?
Well, that was never planned. So I had a virus that kept me literally in bed for 2 years. I mean, in bed or on the lawn chair.
Wow.
And as I was getting well, I thought, there's light at the end of the tunnel. I'm going to have a normal life again. And so I just prayed a very simple prayer like, God, what do you want me to do with the rest of my life? And the answer came back almost audibly, like, help people get organized. I thought, that's bizarre, but that'd be fun. So I told my mother-in-law about that. So she encouraged me to write a book, and it just took off. And I could sit down and on a yellow tablet write it out, because this is before computers. And I just wrote down, this is how I do it. So just follow me, how arrogant I was. And then I had clients. And my very first client, I had to ask her if she saved used Band-Aids. That's how bad it was. And she said, I'm not that bad. So I knew she wouldn't read my book. So I just put it away. I never wanted to write it. And then about 2014, I thought, no, I'm going to put this down and help a lot of people. And it has. It's really helped a lot of people.
And that's beautiful, Lisa. Great entrepreneurs that are running great businesses. There's a why behind it. Majority of the time, it's attached to something personally for them that has driven them to have a gift in that area. And I remember the first time that I met you was at a networking event, and you had your book there. And yes, it's amazing. And you talk about, the stress. And if you don't run a high efficiency business model, if you don't have a high efficiency home, which means organization, not only is it providing emotional stress in that moment, but the ripple effect of that emotional stress, which then has a ripple effect on the people that you're around all the time as well. So it's really important to have the organization and clear that chaos in your space, especially your home, where you want that to be chaos-free. So, Lisa, let's talk about how you were able to help people with the constraints with COVID.
That just adds a new twist to everything. So fortunately, with the technology like Keelan was talking about, we have the phone, we have FaceTime, we have, or we can do Zoom, and I can actually see what their problem is and what their area is. But through just conversation, I can pull out a lot of what's going on. And then for people that are local that I can get to in the Seattle area, I can wear the mask and we be social distance in a home, and we can talk about what their plan is and encourage them. And when I see their stacks 3 and 4 feet high, I'm going, really? Okay, let's whittle that down. And so just really do a soft kick in the rear end helps a lot of people. But knowing local resources that can help them really is a delight. They can get excited about that.
I love the soft kick in the rear end. Sometimes everybody needs a soft kick in the rear end. I couldn't agree with you more.
I do. I try to find out just how much I can push them, and how much do they want to be pushed. And I don't judge or have anyone feel embarrassed, but the reality is there's that pile. What are we going to do with it? And will it fit in your new place?
Well, I can imagine that it's even worse than ever because people are at home 24/7. So they're at home making messes for themselves, I would imagine. So your services are probably more needed now than ever. What about let's talk about the latest edition of How to Get Organized.
It's a fascinating thing. So I fell upon it. So I was speaking at a senior community on how to downsize. And when I finished, there were a lot of seniors gathering around on the couches, putting on their headsets. And I went, what's this? And so they were about ready to take a virtual tour of a country in Europe. And I thought, that's fascinating. And they were so looking forward to it. So I told several other communities, directors of senior communities, so they added that to their residence life. And my husband, since we've talked a long time before, has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. So I look for ways to enhance his life and improve the quality of his life. So I was looking for that woman to get him tuned into the VR headset. And I came across this company called GPS, Global Platform Solution. And it just rocked my world. I mean, he can take a tour of a zoo, scuba diving, go to another country, or go on Route 66 across the country, sitting in a chair at home. And it would really change his life. So I also added headsets to him recently because it helps people with dementia. He does that several hours a day, and that really is fun to see him enjoying life.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Lisa, that some of this can come in and really make a difference. Let's talk about personally seeing in virtual reality enhancing a person's life.
Well, I wasn't really that familiar with it. And people are telling me they've gone on vacations and be able to pay for 15 minutes of virtual reality, and they go through a haunted house. And she said people are screaming. So it's like you're really in that place. And most of us don't understand that now. But imagine if I were talking to you in 1980 and trying to talk to you about a computer or a cell phone. Would you be excited? No. I could not see why I need a cell phone. That would be stupid. I didn't want one of those dumb computers, but I couldn't live without them. Now, if I misplace my phone, it's like I've lost my 2-year-old. I don't have one. That's what it's like. So it just really changes people's world. It's really coming into our lives more and more. We don't realize how much. And soon, within 5 years, it will say, I don't know what I'd do without it.
Yeah, speaking of that, if you're ever bored and you want to laugh, watch those videos online of people with those headsets, because you're not lying. People are like literally running into walls and like falling over and screaming. It's hilarious. So clearly, it's a very
Keelan,
real experience. What's that?
Keelan, I know we're delayed here, so I just had to chime in because I was with Melissa. I can say Melissa's last name because she'd love the extra exposure, but she's a property casual manager, Melissa Master Leo. And we were in BC, and we were at this big condo project doing the virtual. It was the most amazing experience ever, because you're actually in this penthouse condo, and just what you were saying, they have somebody next to you to make sure that you're not running into things. And because literally you're just like all in, you're like, yeah, I want to go out on the deck and the high rise, but you're really running into something if they're not there. So I wanted to chime that in because it's pretty amazing. So you'll be sitting at home just taking a vacation wherever you want to go with your bestie.
Right. You can do performances. You can sit like the second row in a concert or performance from anywhere in the world. That is so cool in your jammies.
That's so cool. I got to get me one of those. That sounds like a lot of fun. You can go on vacation in your living room. I like this idea. So how else have you seen, Lisa, that virtuality has helped people?
Well, I think the exciting thing, realtors are obviously using it because people can look through multiple homes while getting in a car and decide which one they actually want to look at, go physically look at. They can do e-commerce shopping. The military is using it for training. Microsoft is using it. The police are using it. I mean, it's just impacting our whole world.
So just wrapping up here, we've got about a minute left with you, is what are you seeing with COVID that people are doing in addition with decluttering, since they maybe have a little bit more time right now?
I am seeing people who planned to move 7 years ago and boxed it all up, and the move didn't happen. They still have boxes. And during COVID, they've taken some time to go through them and go, what can I donate? What can I sell? And they just are now in a place where they can list their home in 30 days. That's the key. Do whatever you have to do to get to that place to list your home. Add some fun to your life, but get to where that you can list your home. That's the key.
Yeah, great advice, Lisa. Thank you so much for coming back in at studio. As always, it's a pleasure, and look forward to having you come back again soon.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Coming up next in the Money Hour, best pastrami sandwich. Vance Dingfelder of Dingfelder's Delicatessen. I don't know why I'm having a hard time saying that word, but you'll hear it from Vance right here on 1150 AM KKNW.